Do you know what you're drinking? Are you sure it's a 1959 Chateau Lafite Rothschild? Or could it be Tubac Chuck? Counterfeit wines are estimated to account for as much as 5% of the secondary market. It's much easier to counterfeit a bottle of wine than a Louis Vuitton bag, although it's certainly tougher to prove.
It's extremely easy. The glass is nothing to do. The foil is nothing to do. The label, everybody can reproduce a label. The wine will be assembled with a wine of a certain age that will, of course, never taste like a Margaux 45 or 61. But people who buy it will think maybe that bottle was not kept properly. You know, the doubt will always be there. That's the problem with wine. It's fragile product when it travels and it's not stored properly. But people do not think that there is a huge counterfeiting industry behind it. That goes into the millions of bottles.
Claude Blanquiet, who experimented with the aging of fabric and invented stonewashed jeans, which bolstered denim sales in the 1980s, has been experimenting with winemaking and wine authentication the past 15 years since leaving the textile industry.
I co-own a small RFID company for the last 10, 15 years. That is specialized in manufacturing, designing RFID tags for Department of Defense and the medical industry and so on. And I remember asking our engineers a long time ago, I said, could you not come up with a simple tag that I could put on a wine bottle that will allow us to authenticate or give at least the consumer the way to authenticate the bottle simply.
So Blanquiet teamed up with ProofTag 5 years ago to test the company's authentication system on his wine, which basically applies a fingerprint to each bottle, allowing consumers to verify its authenticity with a click of a mouse on their computer or by taking a picture with their smartphone.
The silver film here has a pattern of microscopic bubbles that are embedded in the resin. That pattern appears at random. When you want to verify the bottle, you go to a computer, you access their site, and you enter the reference code. Then that pattern of bubble will appear on the screen. And it's very easy, actually, to look at the pattern and see if it's the same on your bottle. If it's the same, it's a guarantee that that bottle is authentic.
One of the keys to this authentication system is to make sure there's a wax seal in each of the bottles, particularly with the 3-liter and the 6-liter bottles, which is what he's doing right here. And the reason is so that part of the security tag is on the wax, while the other part is on the glass.
The reason is obviously to prevent anybody from refilling a bottle. If the label, the security tag label, was just purely on the glass, then somebody could refill the bottle, recork it, refoil it, and pass it as, again, a new bottle. But if it's on the foil and on the glass, if you break the foil, then the tag obviously has been destroyed.
Blanquiet was the first winemaker to try this technology, and now it's gaining traction as counterfeiting becomes more of a problem, especially in Hong Kong, where high-end wines from around the world are selling for top dollar at auction. Other wine authentication technologies available today include holograms, laser bottle etching, even a bottle cap, which plugs into a computer through a USB cable to detect whether a wine is genuine. You'll see more and more fine winemakers using authentication technologies such as these to protect their products, as they can't afford a tarnished reputation, with people associating them with cheap tasting or simply bad wines because someone picks up a counterfeit bottle of a rare vintage. Consumers don't know the difference. How many of us would actually think twice about buying if we see what looks to be a great deal on our favorite wines, especially at auction or online?
People focus on, I got a good deal. I bought it at a really great price. Well, what did they buy at that price? Did they buy the real item or a counterfeited one?